I welcome you all to today's lesson. So this is the question that we have. This is the question that I gave you to answer. So this is a 2021 paper 2 under graphs of polynomial. So we've got this question that is saying answer this part of the question on a sheet of graph paper. So even as I take time to explain this question, I want you to understand this and I want you to practice through in everything that I'll be saying and writing down here. Make sure you follow me properly. I'll be as slow as I can so that we understand this topic. So it's saying the values of x and y are connected by the equation. This is the equation that we are given. This is the equation we are given. Some corresponding values of x and y are given in the table below. So some corresponding values of x and y are given in this table. These are coordinates that we are having here. The first question is saying calculate the value of r. It carries how many marks? 1 mark. I believe we are all able to get that 1 mark. We are able to understand that. So it is saying that calculate the value of r. So how do we calculate the value of r? This question is presented before you in an exam. What you need to do is that you get your graph paper. This is your graph paper. You get your graph paper. You write your names there. So you write your names. You put your names there. So I'm going to put my name. So you write your name. This is my name. You also write your exam number there. You write the exam number. So you write your exam number like that. Then I've just written this is my phone number. This is not my exam number. There you put your exam number. You indicate here. This was question 11. So you say this is question what? Question 11. Question 11. There you put what? A1. This is A1. Question A1. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to say this is question what? A1. This is A1. That is A1. You are told to calculate here. It's saying calculate the value of R. So how can you calculate the value of R? I told you that what you need to do is that you need to get the given equation. This is what we are going to do in this lesson. We are going to get the given equation. It is the equation we are going to get. We say y is equal to x, open bracket, x squared minus 4. This is the equation which is given. So how do we answer this equation? Have you seen where r is? R is here. R is in which axis? This O axis. This is the y axis. So r is in the y axis. Then on top of r we've got a negative 2 there. That's a what? A negative 2. So that is negative 2. In the what? X axis. Which means where there is x you put negative 2. Where there is y you put r like that. That's what you are going to do. So where there is y you put r like this. I was seeing some people were putting y, which was a sign that they have not really understood this. Have you seen where there is y here? You put the value which you are told to find. If it is p, you put p. If it is q, you put q. But in this question, there is r there. I put r, which is equal to. Where there is x on top of this variable you are told to find, we've got a number there. On top, you cannot get any other number like that. You get a number that is on top of the variable you are told to find. So that is negative 2, which means that where there is x, you put negative 2. So you say negative 2 there, open bracket. You put negative 2 in brackets, then squared like that. Then you say minus 4, then like this. Have you seen? So the negative 2 is having its own brackets like that. Then you say this is equal to negative 2 open bracket. What is negative 2 squared? In brackets, you type negative 2 in brackets like squared. It will give you what? It will give you a 4. This is how you need to write it. So it will give you 4 minus what? 4. Which is equal to, you do this, which is equal to what? Negative 2 times what? 0. What is your answer? negative 2 times 0, it is 0. So it means r there, it is what? 0. That is the value of r. Have you seen? So that is your value of what? R. After you do this, the next thing that I told you was that you now need to do what? You now need to divide this graph of yours into two parts. So you get your ruler, you get, this is your graph like this. This is your graph. You divide it into two equal parts. Do this in the middle. Do this in the middle. Put a line like this. After finding that value, this is what you're going to do. Even here, put a line like this. This is what you are going to do, like this. Put a line like this. So this is what you need to do. Have you seen? So you know that this is your what? This is your x-axis. That is your x-axis. Then this is your what? This is your y-axis. Make sure you do everything that I'm doing here. Then your 0 is here. Have you seen where your 0 is? That's where your 0 is. You proceed now to the next question, which is saying, using a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 1 unit. So using a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 1 unit on the x-axis. For what? This is the boundary. They're telling you where to end. You need to start from negative 3 to what? To 3. That's where you need to start from and end. And start from negative 3 to 3. There is x there. Then they are saying using a scale of what? 2 centimeters to represent 1 unit. So you are using a scale of 2 centimeters. Then I told you that from here to there, that is 2 centimeters. So all these boxes, it's 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters. Now they're saying that from here to there, it is 2 centimeters, which is representing 1 unit. Have you seen? So from there, 1. Even here, 1. So we are going to have a 2, then a 3 like this. That's what we are going to do. Even here, negative 1, the scale, this is the x-axis. Negative 2, then negative what? Negative 3. This is what you need to do. Have you seen? This is the scale. You interpret it in the x-axis. We need to start from negative 3 and end at 3. I've written this. 2 centimeters is representing 1 unit. From here to there is 2 centimeters and there is 1 unit. Even from 1 to 2, there is 1 unit here. Have you seen? This is what we need to do and follow. So let's make sure we follow this. I go to the what? Y-axis. So I go to the y-axis. So these things are just one and the same. Once you get an understanding, you get a concept of what I'm trying to do here, then you can answer any question. So a question can come using 4 centimeters. You know, okay, 4 centimeters meaning these two boxes from here to there. That's what? 4 centimeters. Have you seen? From here to there, that's 4 centimeters. So just needs to understand the scale. Just needs to follow what you are given. These are simple things that we can't fail to do. I believe we are able to practice through them. We are able to answer this. So I've done quite a lot of videos on this, and I believe on the few videos that I've done, you are able to get something. You are able to get an understanding. Unless if you are not attending lesson, then you are catching up. I can try to understand it. So let's make sure we are committed and serious, because this topic is quite involving. So, and develop interest. So now we move to the other part. And 2 centimeters to represent 10 units on the y-axis. On the what? Y-axis. 2 centimeters to represent 10 units on the y-axis. From negative 20 to 20, that is y. From negative 20 to 20. 2 centimeters to represent 10 units. Have you seen how many 2 centimeters to represent 10 units? You get your graph. 2 centimeters. This is where 0. From here to there, this is 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters is representing how many units? 10. So there is 10 there. So even the next thing there, it is 20. Have you seen? Here negative 10. Negative what? 20. This is what you are supposed to do. Have you seen the way I've written this? This is what you're supposed to do. Then you are done. This is what you are supposed to do. So from here to there is 10. Then how many these small boxes are we having? There is 10, which means a small box, that is a 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Have you seen? If 11, 12 until you reach 20 there. So that is how it is. Then you start plotting. So we start plotting. So how do we plot this? So the same way I'm writing this, so here where there is r, there is 0 there. So the first coordinate is negative 3, 15. Have you seen? Negative 3, negative 15. Negative 3, negative 15. That is what we want to solve. Okay. Negative 3, negative 15. Negative 3 is here. Negative 15. This is 10. Have you seen 10? So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where 15 is. If you check here straight like this, this is where 15 is. Negative 15. So negative 3, when you go this side, you're able to see negative 3. In the y-axis, there is negative 15 there. So the coordinate is where? The coordinate is there. That's where the coordinate is. Have you seen? So that's your what? That's your first coordinate. That is your first coordinate. You move to the other coordinate. What is the other coordinate? Negative 2, 0. Negative 2, 0. Wow. Negative 2, 0. I like that. Negative 2, 0. It is just here. Negative 2 is here. Negative 2x is here. Y is 0. It is also here. So negative 2, 0. It is here. Have you seen? This is negative 2, 0. The coordinate is supposed to be here. So let's make sure we put this. We know how to graph this. We understand this, because once we make a mistake on the graph which we were making, you discover that everything will be wrong. So let's make sure we practice this. We understand this very well. So let's make sure we get the concept. We understand everything that I'm trying to explain here. This is negative 2, 0. So negative 2, 0 is just here. But if it was 0, 2, have you seen? 0, 2, it's here. Have you seen? 2, 0, it is here. So if they start with a number, then a 0, then which means you are in the what? X-axis. But if they start with a 0, then a number, which means you are in this axis, which is the what? Y-axis. So the coordinate was what? The coordinate was 2, negative 2, 0. So they started with a number in the x-axis. But if it is 0, 2, which means it is the what? Y-axis. Just go in the y-axis where there is 2, like that. So I move to the other point. Negative 1, 3. Negative 1, 3. So where is negative 1? Negative 1 is here. Then I just count 3. 1, 2, 3. It is here. Have you seen? That is negative 1, what? 3. That's a point there. Negative 1 here, 3. 1, 2, 3 here. 3 is here. Where these two are meeting, it's here. Here I'm able to see 3. Here I'm able to see negative 1. So the point is there. I move to the next point. The next point is what? 0, 0. So that's the next point. 0, 0. So how do I answer that? 0, 0. It is here. It is passing through here. This is where 0, 0 is. Have you seen? That's where 0, 0 is. I proceed. I move to 1, negative 3. Have you seen the other coordinate? I'm now here. Y, 1, negative 3. 1 is in the x-axis. Negative 3 in the y-axis. So 1, negative 3. 1 is here. Then I count to 1, 2, 3. It is here. This is where the point is. Have you seen? That's where the point is. So if you made some mistakes, make sure you correct those mistakes. This is how you needed to answer it. This is the proper way of answering that question. So let's make sure we answer this. We understand this. Then I move to the other one. 2, 0. I'm from just explaining that it is here 2,0. Negative 2,0, it was here 2,0, it is here. Then what's the last point? 3,15. 3,15. 3 here. Where is 15? Here there is 10. Have you seen there is 10 there? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It is there. This is how the graph is. Have you seen? So I've got how many coordinates? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I just do what? Join them. Then I just join them. This is what I need to do. Then you just do what? Join them. Smoothly like this. So once you join them like this, you are not supposed to go through this same thing. Have you seen? So this, like this in an exam, they can't mark you. These two lines. So just one line, one smooth line. Like that, then you are done. Have you seen? One smooth line. So this is what you needed to do. Then you name the graph. This is the graph of what? You check. Okay, this is the graph of y is equal to x, open bracket, x squared minus 4. This is the what? This is the graph. This is what you need to do. Have you seen? This is what you need to do. This is the exact thing that you need to do. So let's make sure we follow through, we understand this. So let's make sure we get the concept, we understand everything that I'm trying to explain here. So here now, I move to those other questions. So let me move to that other question. I've got these equations. Have you seen these equations? These are the equations that I want to answer now. I've got this equation and this equation. What is the question saying? Use your graph to solve the equations. I've got the first equation there. So I told you that you need to answer everything on your graph. So I'm going to write them here. I'm going to say this is 3. 3 what? 3a. This is what I'm going to do. 3a. So the first equation is x, open bracket, x squared minus 4 close is equal to what? Equal to 0. That is the equation there. So how do you answer this equation? It's very simple. Just follow me properly. So I told you that the first thing you need to do here, in the question I've got the equation. The equation is y is equal to x, open bracket, x squared minus 4. Like this. This is the equation we are having. Then you are told, so every question you are going to answer on the graph, we are going to answer that equation with reference to that equation. So this is the equation that will help us answer any question. So have you seen? So you check. Here you are told that y is equal to this. So y is equal to this. Do you know what the word equals means? They are just one and the same. So y and x squared minus 4, they are just the same. So this and that, they are just, this is just one and the same. So they're telling you that 2 is equal to what? 2x. Which means that these two are just the same. If you want, you can pick 2. If you want, you can pick negative 2. They are just one and the same thing. So what you're going to do is that where there is y, it's just the same as this. So anywhere you see this, just the same as you've seen what? Y. So let's go to this now. X squared minus 4. Is it the same as that? Check properly. Help me check. Someone to help me check. Are these two the same? There it is saying y is equal to x squared minus 4. Help me to check. Are these two the same? Just this part here. Have you seen? Is this part the same as this part? Help me check. I've got x, open bracket, x squared minus 4. Is it the same with x squared minus 4? Yes. Y is equal to that. So where there is this, just the same as y is equal to what? Is equal to 0. Have you seen? So just the same as y is equal to what? Y is equal to 0. This is what you need to do. So just the same as y is equal to what? 0. So when y is equal to 0, it is just the x-axis. So don't forget this. When y is equal to 0, it is just the x-axis. So y is equal to 0. This is the x-axis. Here, where it is cutting the x-axis. So it is cutting the x-axis at what? It is cutting this x-axis. Then where is this axis cutting the curve now? This is the curve. When I say the curve, this is the curve. This is the curve that you need to know. Have you seen our curve? This is our nice curve. So where is the curve? Where is this axis cutting the curve? Here it is cutting the... Have you seen where this curve is cutting -2? So just say therefore, x is equal to -2, comma, x is equal to, where else? Here. Have you seen where these two are meeting? This is the x-axis. Where they are meeting with the curve, they are meeting at 0. Or, you do this, or x is equal to 2. It is also meeting here. 2. So those are your what? Those are your answers. X is equal to -2. X is equal to 0. X is equal to what? 2. Those are your what? Those are your answers. That's how you are supposed to answer this. So let's make sure we understand and get the necessary concept. I move to B. Have you seen? I move to B. Where is B? This is my B. I want to solve this equation now. So I'm going to write it here so that we understand x squared minus 4 cross is equal to what? Is equal to 2. That is the equation I want to answer. So how can I answer this equation? Very simple. You check, is this thing here, is it the same as this thing in the equation? It is here. So is this part here, just this part without y equals just this part, is it the same as this one? Yes. So here we are said y is equal to what? Y is equal to 2. Have you seen the way it is? Y is equal to what? Y is equal to 2. So y is equal to what? Y is equal to 2. So you say y is equal to what? 2. Then you put this on your graph. Y is equal to 2. Y is equal to 2. Where is your graph? Where is y is equal to 2? 1, 2 here. Y is equal to 2 here. That's where you're going to put your line like this. You get your ruler, you put a line like this, where y is equal to 2 like this. So a line will look like this. Have you seen? Where y is equal to 2 like that. Then you just do this. This is what you put a line like this. Have you seen? The line which I've drawn there, that is y is equal to what? 2. That is the line that I've drawn. Y is equal to 2. Where is it cutting the curve? It is cutting the curve here. These are things we were forgetting to write. So please don't forget. Have you seen the way I'm doing this? This is how you are supposed to answer it. So it is cutting the curve here. This is where it is meeting the curve. Here, the curve passes here. So answers are gotten from the x-axis. That's where we need to get all the what? All the answers. X-axis here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So negative 1.4. Have you seen? So therefore, x is equal to negative 1.4. Comma, x is equal to, where is it cutting the curve? Here. Have you seen the curve here? Then it is cutting the curve here. All the answers are gotten from the x-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So negative what? 0.4. Like this. This is how you need to write it. Or, where else is it cutting the x-axis? There. Have you seen? The curve passes. This line is meeting at that point. So that is the point there. 2, what? 2. 2.2. So you say this is 2.2. This is what you are supposed to do. 2.2 like this. So these are your answers. So have you seen the way I've answered this? This is how you are supposed to do what? Supposed to answer them. So this is how we need to answer these. So let's make sure we get the necessary concept. We understand all these procedures. So from all the videos that I've done so far, we are able to get something. We are able now to understand. So this is how you needed to answer this question. So this is all that was supposed to be done. So with this, they give you 9 marks. Minus this question that I'm about to explain. Have you seen? So they give you how many marks? They will give you 9 marks. So plus this one is carrying 3 marks. So able to see those 3 marks. So those 3 marks. So plus 3 is 12 now. So just what you've done so far, they give you 9 marks. This is very simple. Have you seen? This is a past paper question. These are not questions that I've picked anyhow. These are past paper questions. So we are revising through questions. So let's make sure we get the concept. We understand everything that I'm trying to say. So I want to be done with this. Tomorrow I'll be talking about how to find the gradient. So you need to know how to find the gradient on the curve. Apart from the gradient, how to find the area bounded by the curve. So these are the 2 things that I'll be doing tomorrow. So let's make sure we get the concept. We understand everything that I will be saying. So let us now answer this last question. So this is our last question here. Have you seen? This is the last question. So I'm going to answer it here. This is where I'm going to answer it. It's saying find the equation of the normal to the curve. This is the curve. Y is equal to x squared minus x plus what? Plus 4. That is the what? That is the curve. At the point what? Negative 1, 6. At that point. So you want to find the equation. Equation of the what? Normal. So how do you find the equation of the normal? The first thing that you are going to do. So the first thing you are going to do is to differentiate this. So you are going to differentiate this. How do you differentiate this? You are differentiating y with respect to x. So you say dy over what? Dx. So I believe no one is facing challenges on how to differentiate. I explained this in the 2 videos. We are able to understand this. No one is facing some challenges on how to differentiate. Let me do this. No one is facing some challenges on how to differentiate. We are able to answer this. So how do we differentiate dy dx? So I said here there is a 1. Have you seen? Even here there is a 1. So 2 times 1, it is 2. X here. Then 2, you remove 1. This is what you need to do. Have you seen? So you say 2 times 1, it is 2. X comes here. The power, you remove 1, minus 1. Have you seen? This is what you need to do. You say minus. Here there is 1. 1 times 1, it's 1. Then x. So I cannot say 1x. I'll just say x. Then 1 minus what? 1. Under differentiation, I said that you cannot differentiate a constant number. So a 4, I just leave it like that. I cannot differentiate a constant number. So this one now will follow by saying dy over dx is equal to, this is 2x power what? Power 1. Have you seen power 1? Minus, this is x power what? 0 like that. That's x power 0. So you know that anything less to the power 0 is equal to 1. So this is just the same as, finally you are going to have dy over dx is equal to what? This is 2x, then minus anything less to the power 0, it is 1. So it's 2x minus what? 1. This is the first procedure. So this thing that you've come up with is called gradient function. So that is the what? The gradient function. So how do you go about that? So if that is your gradient function, so you're going to say m is equal to 2x minus 1. Have you seen? This coordinate, this is x, this is y. Have you seen that? That's what you are supposed to do. So with this now, what you need now to do is that where there is x, you put what? Negative 1. So this will be m is equal to what? M will be equal to what? 2x negative 1 minus 1. So this is equal, this is paper 2. When you type this on it, just type. Don't use your head, don't use your brain, just type. 2 open bracket negative 1. Discover that your answer will become negative 3. That is your answer. Just type on a calculator. So if you are not sure of something, use your calculator. This is paper 2. We are allowed to use a what? A calculator. A calculator is allowed. So xm is equal to what? Negative 3. So we want to find the equation of the normal. So how do we find the equation of the normal? I'll just say m1 times m2, I must have negative 1. So why have I included this? I want to find m2. I want to find m2. So I want to find what? M2. So my key interest is to find m2. So m1 is what? This one gradient here is what? Negative 3. Then m2, which is equal to negative 1. You divide both sides by negative 3. Divide both sides by negative 3. So m2 is equal to what? M2 is equal to what? Negative, negative cancelled. 1 over 3. This is what you are going to do. 1 over what? 3. So that is your what? That is your gradient that you are going to use. So once you reach here, then you just write the general equation of O straight line. This is the end. General equation of O straight line, y minus y1 is equal to, have you seen? So I'm going to write it here so that we get the point properly. So we are here. General equation of O straight line, it is what? Y minus y1, which is equal to gradient, open bracket, x minus x1. See the general equation of all straight lines like this. Have you seen? You've got gradient that you are using. You are not using this gradient. You are using the new gradient here whenever you want to find the equation of the what? Normal. So we've got a gradient that we are using gradient to, which is equal to 1 over 3. We've got a coordinate which is what? Negative 1, 6. That is a coordinate that we are given. Then we just proceed. From here, just substitute. Y is constant. Y minus. What is y1? This is x1. This is y1. Y1 is 6, which is equal to, what is gradient? 1 over 3. Open bracket. X minus, what is x1? Negative. Here there is negative. So plus 1. Negative, when a negative meets with a negative, that's positive. So negative times negative, that's positive. That's why there is a positive here. Then after you do this, then you do what? You expand. You say y minus 6 is equal to 1 over 3 times x. What is the answer? 1 over 3 times x. What are you getting? You are getting 1 over 3x. 1 over 3 times 1. Just getting the same thing, which is what? 1 over 3. Have you seen like this? So when you are done with this, then you just say this 6 will go this other side. So y is equal to 1 over 3x plus 1 over 3 plus. When a 6 crosses the equal to sign, when it comes this side, it becomes what? Positive. That's why it is positive 6. Then you just say y is equal to 1 over 3x. Type this on a calculator. Don't try to use your head. You are going to waste time. This is paper 2. So I told you 1 over it is this button here. 1 over 3 plus 6. What is the answer? That is the answer. Have you seen that answer? It is what? 6 or number, then 1 over 3. That is the answer. Have you seen? That is what? Your answer. So you can say 3 times 6. 3 times 6, 18, plus 1, 19. So it's 19 over 3. So this is just the same as 19 over what? Over 3. Just one and the same. 19 over 3 and this. Just one and the same. So you can say plus 19 over 3. This is what? This is the equation of the normal that we wanted to find. This is how we need to answer it. Have you seen the way I've answered this? This is how we need to answer this question. This is how you need to answer this question. So I want you to practice all these things that I've done. Learn through them. So tonight my work is very simple. I want you to find the equation of the normal. We've got the equation of the tangent and the equation of the normal. But I want you to find the equation of the normal. Find the equation of the normal. This is your task for today. Under that, find the equation of the normal. to the cave. So I want you to revise through all the videos that we've done so far, and I want you to practice this same work. I want you to do it, then send to me. So send a proper work with all these workings that I've done. So make sure you send this same graph. I want you to do the same thing I was doing, understand them. I don't want to give you much work that you're failing to understand, but I want you to understand this that you've covered. Do that work on the graph paper, then submit it to me. I see. With this work that I'm doing here, with this work that I've given here. So find the equation, find the equation. So find the equation of the norm. To the cave, y is equal to 6x3 minus 2x squared plus 4x plus minus 4. Have you seen that is the equation at the point? At the point what? At the point, so this is the point 2, 4. That is the point. Have you seen this question? Find the equation of the normal to the cave. Y is equal to 6x cubed minus 2x squared minus 4x minus 4. This is the question that I want you to answer. This is the question that I want you to practice. So this is the work for you.